Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we are going to be assembling our rocket. So we are going to have a tray at each table that has some different cutout shapes. So we have some rocket shapes, we have some circles. This is going to be for your rocket's window. We have just some random strips of paper, and then in one we have some paper that is triangular. So this is going to be for your fins. So to get started, you are going to pick out the color body cone that you want. A rocket has these parts. This is the body cone. This up here at the top is called the nose cone. That's what that triangle would be. The window would go here, and these things down here are the fins. And then of course we are going to use our painted paper from last week to create the fiery blast off that comes out the bottom. All right, so I am going to pick my rocket color. I think I'm going to do orange, and you can place your rocket anywhere, but just remember that you need to leave room for the part that's blasting off. So you couldn't put your rocket back here because then your blast off fire would go off your paper. So pay attention before you glue anything down that your stuff is going to fit. So I might even do like a double window like that. I might also want to look at my rocket ship picture from last week, because look, there's lots of little details that I could add with my paper. So I kind of like having that there, but I would need to trim it. So I'm going to take my pencil and draw a line where I need to trim it. So now I'm just trimming where I drew my pencil lines, and so my little strip of paper will fit perfectly. Here it goes. Now I need some fins on my rocket. So the fins are these things. They're kind of like triangles and they stick out. So I'm going to look in my basket and see if I have some colors that are similar. These are similar, but they're not the same. And maybe you want your fins to be different colors. You're the artist. Cut your own if you'd like to. Sometimes those little strips of paper are hard to pick up, but don't let it frustrate you. Just keep working. All right. You might also want to cut out your own. So there will be some construction paper that you can cut out on your own. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to glue the pieces of your rocket together. Open up your glue stick, roll it up, and glue all the pieces together. You notice I glued both windows together and then I glued them on the rocket. Now I'm gluing the rocket down and gluing the fins on. Glue everything down and together. Once everything's glued down, give your paper a shake to make sure nothing falls off. Okay, now it's time for me to create the fiery blast off part. So I like to turn my paper over to the white side, and you could either draw what your fiery blast off is going to look like and cut it out, or if you're not sure about that, you can trace the one that I have here. Now it only fits one way, so you have to start it at the very top of the paper and let it end at the very bottom. And to trace, you have to hold it down, press it down with your fingers so it doesn't move, and trace. All right. Then someone else can use this. Now I'm going to cut this out. When I cut, I turn my paper, not my scissors. Turn my paper. My scissors stay in the same direction. I have my thumb through the top hole and fingers the bigger opening. So kids scissors, thumb, kind of hold your hand like this. Put your fingers in the bottom, your thumb in the top. Don't forget, turn your paper, not your scissors, and cut those extra little pieces off. All right. Oh, that's going to look awesome. So now I'm going to flip over this and give it a little glue. Add a good amount of glue, flip it over, and put it in place and massage it down. And finish off your rocket by adding a little strip between the bottom of the rocket and your flame. trim your piece of paper to fit there, and then glue it down. And voila, there's my rocket. So next week we'll finish these if you don't get them finished today. And we will add some stars and possibly some glitter next week. Don't forget to roll your glue stick down before you put the cap back on. Then put the cap on. Also, your scrap paper, if you have some big pieces, you can put them in here, or you can throw them away. It's your choice. Little pieces like this need to be thrown away. But organize your tray and your baskets before you leave. All right, have fun.